Hello everyone, welcome to the third episode of my 3D Studio Max tutorials. This time you will learn how to work with the switch node and how to use keyboard input in your VRML models as well. I did prepare the train wagon again. So I'm gonna load this data set for you, and this time I cleaned up the model a little. I added the interior design of Miss Huber to the model, and I further added two versions of the patio here. So this is the original design that you can see here in front of the train. We can switch this off by clicking on the eye icon in the tree view here on the left. And then I can also enable the second version. This is a little wider, and the chair and table arrangements have been changed a little. Okay, so now the goal is to display your world and allow options. So display either version 1 or version 2 of the patio. Let's display both at the same time. This looks a little messy here, but we need both versions visible in order to be able to select them. So in order to switch through different variations, we need a helper. There we go to the Create tab, to VRML 97, to the helpers, then to VRML 97, and there you would find a switch helper up here. Let's drag this open, and it looks like a switch. And this node is very simple. It has one action object list. This is the versions that you can switch through. Let's select both versions. The easiest again would be to go through the H key, so the selection list, and here we can select the first version and then also version 2. That's it. Now these two versions are in there. We can change their order. If you have multiple versions in there, more than two, it makes sense to rearrange them if you want a certain order of your objects. Then there is a checkbox down here, which is called Allow No Visible Element. We'll come to this a little later. We'll leave this on as you see that here. And in order to switch through the variations, we could either use a touch sensor and attach this to an object in the scene so that you can click on that option to switch through the variations. But this time I'll show you how to use keyboard input. And the helper to do keyboard input, you find this in the cover category. So we go to Create, Helpers, and this time it's not in VRML 97, but in the cover category. And there's a cover node. We drag this open. Looks like a little cave, a simple box, and there's cover in there. And this allows you to use keyboard input. In order to do that, you can add action objects to this node. An action object would be the switch, for instance. Can be any animated object or any time sensor as well. Yes. For now, the simple switch is good enough. And now you see number 1 in front of the switch. If we select it, you see the number 1 down here as well. This is the key we want to press to activate that switch. So we can change this to P for patio, and but you can leave it as number 1 as well. Then you have to press the number 1 key, but we want to press the P key, and that's it. Let's try this out. So again, we save everything, save often, save early, and then we export to train.wrl. Again, make sure that you select vermal97_cover as file format. This is important, otherwise the cover node won't be available. And now we export these. And here we can try it out. I'll show you how to do that. Now, come on. Let's clean up the desktop real quick. Here we go. That's what I wanted. And here we see the train WRL file. And we can drag this over to the open cover icon. And this will load our model. And here you go. This is our train as we know it. But this time we have the interior populated. So let's enter the train, and you will see that if we turn right, we have the common area in here, and if we turn left, we've got the sleeping compartment to the left. Very well. But there's no patio outside, and to see this we have to press the P key. So I'll do that, and all of a sudden the first version appears on screen. That's the original design, and if we press P again, you see this is the longer version that allows you to come out from the train directly onto the patio area. And if we press P a third time, then everything disappears. Perfect. So let's go back to 3D Studio and have a closer look at the switch node. So if you select the switch node, let's use this here, and then go to modify. Now come on. I have a hard time selecting the switch. Here you see that's our two options, and this is the button allow no visible element. This means that there is a third option with none of the objects above in that list. If you disallow this, you only have two options, and you can switch through these two options with the P key. There's another entry, the default choice. It's currently set to -1. -1 means no element visible, and then number 0 would be the first entry, and number 1 would be the second entry. So if we set this to number 1 and disallow no visible element and try this out, then you will see that it will start off. Oops. There we go. This is unbelievable. I think we have to cut this out. Me searching for the right icon. Here we go. I'll drag it over again. And here we go. It starts off with the second version. This is the large version with the table to the right. And if we press P, we switch to the first version, and P again displays the second version. So we don't have the option of no patio at all. Perfect. Awesome. So this is it for the switch button. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.